Hi friends, it is Julie. Welcome back to Pages and Pens. Today I am here with a video recapping the 10 books that my niece Charlie told me to read in 2019. See if I read them or not. Let's jump right into it. My niece, Charlie, is a gem of a beautiful human who is very busy at 13 and doesn't have time to come sit with her aunt right now to refilm the update at the end of the year, but originally, in the beginning of the year, she helped me build these bookshelves. We did a whole video where she picked books that she wanted me to read in 2019, and I said I would check in at the end of the year and let you know whether or not I read them. So this is that day. I don't know how to do like the fancy video in video, so I'm just going to recap the books that we mentioned in that video, and I will link the video in a card up above and in the description box down below so that you can check that out if you want to see my gorgeous, beautiful niece and myself. I have my little paper right here, and I unfortunately have a lot of books that I have unhauled, so I will be just putting up pictures. The first book was Pride by E.B. Savoy, which she picked just because she liked the cover, I think, and it was a beautiful Alcrate edition, but I knew I was never going to read it. I have no interest in Pride and Prejudice, and I knew that it was just not going to be one that I ever got to. It was going to sit on my shelves, and I didn't want it to do that, so I went ahead and got rid of that one. I unhauled it. I didn't read it. Then we had The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin, which is still somewhere on my shelves. I don't know where because everything has changed kind of up there, but I have not read that yet. It is one of the fantasies that I would like to get to in 2020. I don't want it to go unread for forever. I've heard nothing but great things. I just never got around to it, which is sad. Then we had What If It's Us by Becky Albertalli and Adam Silvera. And I unhauled that without reading it because I just had not heard enough good things about it, and I was already a little bit iffy on Adam Silvera. I have not really vibed with his writing. I've read all of it except for that, but I've just never really loved anything after More Happy Than Not. And the audiobook is on Hoopla, so I decided to go ahead and get rid of the physical copy because I knew it was just going to sit there. I was never going to read it. So unfortunately, that is 3 unread, 2 unhauled. And then I had This Mortal Coil by Emily Suvada. The cover is off of this because it was on my red shelf. I just took it off. But I really enjoyed this. I gave this a 5-star. It's probably more of like a 4.5, 4.25, but I went 5-star because I just don't read a lot of dystopian. I don't read a lot of like zombie apocalypse, science-y kind of stuff. It intrigued me. I thought it was a different take. I kind of liked it. There was a psychology behind it, and I'm all here for psychology. And I just had never kind of seen something like this. So I actually ended up really enjoying it. I'm holding it upside down that whole time. Why did you not tell me? I'm a fan. Really enjoyed it. So that was a great pick by Charlie. That was a 5-star read. Then I have In Other Lands, forgetting the author's name. I actually read this with Kathy from Kathy Tryhart. She did a buddy read of this book, and I loved it. I think I gave it 4 stars. It wasn't perfection for me. It did feel a little bit long, but I really, truly enjoyed this book. Great pick by Charlie, one that I wanted to get to, but probably wouldn't have prioritized if she hadn't made it onto the list. So then we had Dreamland by Sarah Dessen, and I DNF'd that. I did try listening to the audiobook, and I had immediate issues with it, and I unhauled it and DNF'd it. So unfortunately, Sarah Dessen is just not an author that I get along with, and I have never liked one of her books ever above like a 3-star read. I'm just not going to be continuing to read from Sarah Dessen. Number 7 was Before I Go to Sleep, and that was by S.J. Watson. That was a psychological thriller that had to do with a woman who had amnesia and then starts to suspect that maybe her husband has something to do with it. She doesn't really know what's going on, but she feels like there's something more going on that she doesn't understand, and she starts to just try to figure out why she is the way she is, what she's not remembering, and she tries to start to piece things together. I really enjoyed that book. I gave it 3 stars, I think. I enjoyed psychological thrillers. It was my kind of thriller if I was going to read one, but it wasn't perfect. I still enjoyed it. Still glad I got to it. Probably wouldn't have prioritized it without Charlie, so well done, kiddo. Because You'll Never Meet Me by Lee Thomas was about a boy who is allergic to electricity and can't go out into the modern world, so he's just kind of living in this cabin in a bubble out in the woods with his mother, and he strikes up a pen pal relationship with a boy who has a pacemaker or things that are electronically keeping him alive, so they can never meet, but they talk through writing, physically writing, mail, back and forth. And it was cute. It was a little bit lengthy. It was a little bit drawn out. I didn't love everything about it, but it was a decent contemporary, and I gave it 3 stars. Extraordinary Means by Robin Schneider is about a group of kids who are in, is it a tuberculosis asylum? Or they're in an asylum because sickness has spread and they're all kind of sent there. And it follows this really cute found family of friends and kind of chronicles them and their illnesses, them in this kind of isolation out where everybody's just kind of pushed them out of sight, out of mind, away from family because they're sick and they don't want to infect other people, and they really have to form a family of their own, and they start to really care for one another, and the stakes are kind of high, and I really enjoyed it. I ended up giving this one 4 stars. It's really tough to see teens in situations that are that dire, and I 4-starred it. It was really unassuming, like the cover and everything. I wouldn't have assumed that it would be kind of as impactful or as good as it was, but I really enjoyed it. Last up on the list was Anger is a Gift by Mark Oshiro, and I did finally get to that this year. It had been kind of weighing on me. I really wanted to get to it and hadn't for a very long time, and I ended up giving that one 4 stars. I really enjoy Mark Oshiro. His writing style is probably not my favorite, but the message is really, really good, and eventually I got there with it. That is somewhere on these shelves and I just can't find it, but I have it still, didn't unhaul it, and I really did enjoy it. That is one that I think I listened to an audiobook but followed along in the physical book, and the audiobook definitely helped because it is very lengthy and the font is pretty small. I think the audiobook was really the way to go for me, but really, really good. Totally heartbreaking. Yes, I cried. I'm just a crier, but all in all, I think Charlie did a really good job of picking out books. She really kind of spanned the genres of contemporary to fantasy and even like a little bit of sci-fi. Unfortunately, I just still have not gotten to the 5th season. It's the only book still on my list that I would still read and want to still read. I just didn't get to it. And I will completely acknowledge that it's because I am intimidated by adult fantasy right now. I think that my brainwaves are just being used in so many different places that sending me into a high fantasy right now sounds horrible. I just kind of don't want to do it, but eventually I will get there. It just hasn't happened as of yet, but I'm hoping in the new year or with some time off around the holidays and stuff that I can dive into some more books. I probably will not be reading it until after the holidays though, because I don't know where it is on these shelves, and I'm not tearing them apart again until I'm done with this candy cane Christmas setup. So it'll have to be a 2020 read. But that is it for this video. Stay tuned for my giveaway clip right here. It is 12 days of giveaways. Julie back again. I don't even know what I was talking about in the prior video because I'm pre-filming all the giveaway stuff, but today I'm here with another US only giveaway. So let's jump right into what you could potentially win if you are a US resident. Today I have for you a really cool woodmark. This is a Dance Magic Dance Labyrinth bookmark. You guys, I know I love Labyrinth. This one is probably more of a display piece because it is a little thick to use as a bookmark, but this is one of my most favorite items from that Labyrinth box that I got a while back, and I figured I would gift it to one of you guys. There's a super cute Jareth on there. I love him. You can also win this super cool pillowcase. So this one says, "Hope is a powerful thing. Some say it's a different kind of magic altogether." And that is a Stephanie Garber Carval quote. This one is one of those like square decorative pillowcases. And again, I gave you the Dance Magic Dance because this quote features magic, and I thought that that would be pretty neat to just kind of tie in the theme. I did try to do themes for the giveaway. Not all of them were perfect, but I tried. And the book for this particular giveaway is Shatter the Sky by Rebecca Kim Wells. This is a dragon book, which is clearly magic. So this is a fantasy YA about dragons. It's kind of all I know, but I also know that this is a Lit Joy Crate book, which you guys may know if you saw the giveaway for Dress for the Wicked. It means this has a badass reversible dust jacket on it, which I am so here for. It also means that there is artwork in here of one of the dragons as well as the author letter, and that this is a signed book. So there is a signature inside this book, which is fantastic. Hopefully one of you will be really excited about that. And then the inside of the dust jacket is this really cool dragon rider. Again, I think that these really take on the most meaning after you have read the book. I have not read this book, but it's just one that I don't think I'm going to get to, and I really want one of you to enjoy it. It is a signed fantasy about dragons, which are like all the freaking rage. It has a reversible dust jacket, which is just too badass. You get a pillowcase, you get a really cool bookmark. If you're interested in this giveaway, and I hope you are, and you are a US resident, be sure to do a couple of things. Be sure that you are subscribed to me and your subscriptions are public so I can double check that you're subscribed to me. Leave me a comment down below that you want to be entered, and make sure that in your comment you include a way for me to reach you to let you know if you won, whether that's Twitter, Instagram, email, some way for me to get in touch with you. And then make sure that you're 18 years or older, or that you have a parent's permission to give me your address, and then I will send you off your little bag of goodies. And that's going to be it for this particular giveaway for my US residents. Thank you so much for being one of my amazing bookish friends. I'm so thankful for this community, and I'm so thankful to give back a little bit of something back to Prior Julie and whatever she was saying. And now that we are back from my giveaway clip, I want to say that if you liked this video, be sure to give me a big thumbs up. Click subscribe, not just for the giveaway, but because you like my face and you want to see more of it. I would love it if you stuck around and you talk to me down in the comment section. I love my bookish community and I always respond to comments. So please leave me something down there. I'd love to chat with you. And that's going to be it for now. So if you liked it, you know what to do, and I'll see all of you in the next video. Bye, guys.